You know, no one really likes to talk about pooping. It's not really a great topic, but without fiber, you're going to have a serious blockage in the system. Pun intended, I guess. Like your mom said, eat your veggies.
Welcome to PricePlow.
Alright, so I am here to remind you of all the times your mother told you when you were a kid that you need to eat your fruits and vegetables. Only I'm kind of saying do as I say and not as I do, because I understand how difficult it is to balance your intake of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, but also make room on your plate for greens. So what easier way to do it than adding in a powdered version that actually tastes good? Glaxon Super Greens ironically have been one of the top selling products from their hot line in 2019 coming into 2020. And so I wanted to sit down and talk a little bit about the product, a little bit about what makes it different from other greens in the market, and why it's an easy solution to getting your greens in when getting those servings of greens can seem almost impossible at times. So strap in and let's talk about how to get your greens in with Super Greens. So what's the point of a greens product? Obviously, as athletes, it's really easy to focus on your clean sources of carbohydrates for performance, your protein for recovery, and fats for all of the reasons they use fats for, if it's hormonal support or whatever. We're not going to get too much into macros here. The micros obviously still need to get some attention, and I understand it can be very difficult to find space and time for that, and it's just annoying, and they don't really taste all that great, obviously. So Glaxon has put together a very comprehensive formula of greens from a few different sources using some patented ingredients, as well as making it taste great. The version that I have here is the lemon iced tea. I've also beta tested another, let's say, version of iced tea that is personally my favorite, but I'm not going to put it on camera yet. But as an athlete, what does this do for you? There's obviously a ton of benefits health-wise, but it's easy to get very narrow-minded into, well, that's not really all that important. I'll just take my multivitamin, it'll cover that. I need to focus on the other things. So starting from the top, we have acacia. One of the things that I have found that most of my friends that didn't go to college for nutrition like I did, they neglect is fiber intake. You know, no one really likes to talk about pooping. It's not really a great topic, but without fiber, you're going to have a serious blockage in the system. Pun intended, I guess. So what's important about this acacia is that it's a soluble fiber, it's also prebiotic fiber. Now, soluble fiber is found in fruits, found in oatmeal, and obviously acacia like this. So it's going to be helpful. Insoluble fiber is also just as important, but in this case, they went with the soluble fiber because it's going to dissolve and be able to be drank, whereas insoluble wouldn't. The point about the prebiotic fiber is very important because it's going to modulate the gut bacteria in your gut, obviously, and it's going to help make sure that all of that is happy and able to digest all the food that you're putting into it. So I've said this seemingly like a couple dozen times in the last couple months on this channel, but you are not what you eat, you are what you can absorb. So if you don't have those important prebiotics, probiotics, that whole gut flora flourishing and ready to digest and absorb the products you're putting in your body, it doesn't really matter how quality of supplements you're putting in your body, it doesn't matter how quality of food you're putting in your body. Absorption is extremely important, and that's why we're starting out with acacia. Now, this is where we start getting into some stuff that isn't really in my wheelhouse, but I've spent a lot of time reading about this to prepare myself. And honestly, I am with you guys on a lot of these things, kind of neglecting these kinds of ingredients and stuff. So in the last month, utilizing this product, it has helped me a lot, and it's also taught me a lot about my body and what is needed from these products. So Green Balance Alkalizing Blend. This is the stuff that lends the taste that you are already imagining in your brain when I talk to you about greens. Alfalfa, wheatgrass, barley grass, kale, astragalus, spirulina, oatgrass. You know what I'm talking about, that green flavor. And it's not really all that pleasant usually, but that green flavor is due to the chlorophyll that is listed in these ingredients. Now, I know when I say chlorophyll, you're thinking,
chlorophyll? More like borophyll. Right?
But Chlorophyll has a very important role in the body, and there are a lot of benefits that you can reap from utilizing it. First and foremost, obviously it says it right in the name of the blend, alkalizing blend. Now, because I am not a mid-40s mother selling Herbalife, I'm not going to tell you that this is going to alkalize your body. We're not going to get into there. But what I can tell you is that this is going to help neutralize a lot of free radicals in the body. And when we're talking about the realm of athleticism, training, and the things that are going on there, there's a very important thing that this can do for you. It can neutralize lactic acid, or buffer lactic acid. Now, I'm sure you remember me talking about this with beta alanine. If you don't, literally look at any pre-workout video I ever do. Lactic acid is important to be able to buffer from your body because it causes a buildup or a lack of ability to train further in a set. As that burning comes on, you're going to be able to contract less, and you're going to reach failure quickly. So something like this in that closed setting, we can theorize that it will help neutralize lactic acid and help push your set further, thus giving you those important gains that you're looking for. Now, moving to the next ingredient is actually a kind of a funny ingredient for me, because I remember as recently, or as early as October of last year, we saw a pre-workout come out with watermelon powder. And we were kind of racking our brains looking all over the internet for a study on watermelon powder. It's kind of just seemed kind of funny, but we've now seen 2 more companies utilizing watermelon powder. Watermelon powder has been found in a study in 2017 alongside citrulline to significantly decrease soreness post-workout. So, obviously there's no citrulline in this product, but I'm theorizing that most of you that are at the point where you're looking for a greens product are already using a pre-workout that is rich in citrulline. Because of this, I am betting that you're actually going to reap those benefits from that study that were claimed. Obviously the study showed them being taken together, but there are more reasons that watermelon is important to you. Obviously, as a fruit, it is rich in vitamin C, vitamin A, and a plethora of other micronutrients that are helpful for your recovery, your performance, and your well-being overall. And that's kind of the overarching thing with these greens, is that we're giving you good sources of greens, good sources of fruits. I guess watermelon's kind of green on the outside. And it's not, the benefits are not just specific to these performance benefits. Overall, we all know that consuming more fruits and vegetables is going to lead to a healthy body and a better performing body because of that health. So, yeah. Studies show that citrulline and watermelon together lowered soreness. We're taking these separately here, unless you're taking this pre-workout, which kind of be a weird time to take it. But overall, it's obviously going to give you massive benefits in your health and performance. Now, this is where things get kind of fun, funky, and interesting. We're jumping into super shrooms, the multi-strain mushroom blend. Now, don't worry, these are not those kinds of mushrooms. You're going to be able to drive to the gym. That's not an issue here. But what I am going to tell you about these mushrooms is that there are some really interesting studies, especially on the Cordyceps militaris, that actually are very performance-based. Outside of that, you should not be a stranger to a bunch of these different mushrooms. We've got lion's mane in here, shiitake, turkey tail. A lot of these mushrooms should sound familiar, especially if you're familiar with Pico 2. These have awesome endurance and performance benefits, and utilizing, it's a gram at a full scoop. Obviously, we're always looking at the full scoop here because we don't have anything. It's going to help benefit you in a plethora of different ways. Now, I'm not going to bore you with talking about phagocytic activity with these mushrooms. If you are more interested in learning the nitty-gritty details on the individual mushrooms, jump over to our blog. I'll link it up above, and jump in where Heather went a full dive deep in on these. I'm trying to keep this a little bit shorter and sweeter. However, a few of these mushrooms are very helpful in managing inflammation and helping you recover and get back in the gym. So you've got performance benefits, you've got recovery benefits, and inflammation benefits. Overall, getting these mushrooms into your body, I wouldn't expect you to go out and purchase these and chew on them yourself, so getting them in a purified source like this powder is going to help you reap the benefits without having to chew on mushrooms for a few hours a day. Now, this is where we start to get into berries. So these aren't always going to be the greens. This is kind of where we break away from the traditional greens category, and this is one reason that I prefer this super greens product over a lot of green products in the industry. We've got another patented ingredient here, beta berries. I love the name of this because it's not like better berries, it's beta berries. It's kind of slangy. Making greens and reds fun again. Okay. Anyway, this is a blend of berries that are high in antioxidants, nitrates, and other helpful micronutrients. This is going to help not only with your, once again, inflammation and performance, but it's going to really help out with nitric oxide production. Few of the ingredients in here are high in nitrates, but are also very, very helpful in the production of nitric oxide and the conversion of arginine to citrulline within the body. So you're already taking your pre-workout, your pump stuff for vasodilation and all of those great benefits. Add this in and you will see more benefits, but it's going to take, obviously, it's not going to be like an acute benefit. This is going to be over time. These things have to be in your system and working for a little bit. It's not like taking citrulline and it happens the next hour. One of the cool things that I really enjoyed about the bed berries is the whole thing is a patent ingredient, but there are also a few in there like Xandra Pure, Jabu Vital, Macul Forza, like things that I'm totally butchering the names of, but other trademarked ingredients that are specific fruits inside of here that make up the total blend. So overall, you're getting a ton of research-backed and well produced and sourced ingredients that you can trust are giving you a huge source of phytonutrients and antioxidants. After that, we're kind of done with the blends, moving into tart cherry. Cherry Pure is the trademark name of this tart cherry. There is a study on this specific ingredient finding that participants actually reported lower levels of soreness post-workout. Also, they had lower levels of muscle protein breakdown, also known as catabolism. So I'm not saying that this is an anabolic ingredient. I'm not saying that this is like going to replace your testosterone booster or muscle builder. However, this is going to help you hold onto your muscle during a cut, maybe benefit you during a bulk. Definitely make sure you're less sore, which can get you back into the gym quicker, increase your volume per week, which is going to lead to more gains, obviously, and just be another benefit for your workouts. Following that up with pomegranate, we are all familiar, I mean, we've all seen those POM bottles of juice in the grocery store. There is no mistaking the fact that pomegranate is full of antioxidants. Actually, enjoyed seeing pomegranate in their flights for their recovery and growth. Tons of benefits for this pomegranate, including actually enhanced blood vessel diameter, as well as time to fatigue. So obviously this is a great ergogenic benefit for you to be using during your workout. Once again, this is not like, it's not a citrulline, it's not a sports ingredient that's going to be acutely beneficial for you, but utilizing this over the course of a month, you should see benefits, and especially if you're not getting your greens and reds in to begin with. Now we're going to finish this off with sunflower lecithin. For me, this was a really interesting ingredient to see in here because sunflower lecithin is usually sprayed onto whey protein for that texture benefit that you would see. In this blend, we're actually getting 200 milligrams of it on its own, which I thought was very different. So for all of you goons that are constantly bothering me about CDP choline or what the sources of cholines in different products, this is actually very, very high in phosphatidylcholine. This is going to be a whole food source of this choline source that's going to help with your overall cognition, thought processes, and focus throughout the day. Obviously, it's not going to be like taking a nootropic and 10 minutes later you have that effect. But over time, having these choline sources in your body is going to help a lot. Finishing up the actives here with ashwagandha. This is actually standardized to 2.5% within. I'm sorry, I read these things all day, so I very rarely have to pronounce them on camera. Withanolides. One of the main constituents that you're looking for in ashwagandha. You're getting 200 milligrams of it with 2.5% withanolides. Obviously, we know ashwagandha, we know that we're looking for anti-cortisol, anti-inflammation here. There are a host of other benefits that we would be looking for. However, in this case, I'm looking for inflammation reduction and recovery. So I like that here. Would I have preferred a Sensoril or KSM? Probably. However, the ingredients in this product are already really expensive, so I can understand why they went for a standardized version that is not trademarked. Moving into a non-active ingredient, I guess you would call it, but still very important. They finish it off with black pepper. Obviously, at 100 milligrams, this is just to help the absorption of all these ingredients. Black pepper has studies with a host of different ingredients and helping the absorption, digestion, the utilization of these ingredients. I'm not sure which ones in here actually have ever been linked with it, but overall I will never disagree with throwing in black pepper with a product to help the absorption, and it kind of gives a little bit of a hint of a funny flavor with it, which is usually pretty enjoyable, especially on that new ingredient that new flavor that I've been beta testing. It makes it a little bit fun. So Like your mom said, eat your veggies. In here you're gonna have fiber, which is gonna help a lot. Obviously, is actually a pretty underutilized ingredient in greens. You got your greens, your antioxidants, your reds, a host of different micronutrients, phytonutrients, stuff that you're going to want to have in your body if you're training hard day in, day out. So go grab a bottle, coupon code PricePlow gets you 25% off this month in March. Next month in April, it drops down to 20%. It's gonna help you out because honestly, you get what you pay for with these kinds of products. So for all your news, reviews, and interviews on Glaxon, run over to priceplow.com/Glaxon. These guys are our brand to watch in 2020 and they are not disappointing yet. So guys, thanks for watching and have a great day.
Welcome to PricePlow.